Top 21 ranked teams in the state of Indiana are going to be towing the line in the boys race here. Now, the other thing that's interesting about the boys race, I think the team matchup is really an outstanding one, and I would say very competitive. You know, the girls race, the Carmel girls were clearly the favorite, while you might say the Carmel boys are the favorite, at least based on rankings, I suppose. Fishers is right there with them. I think it's going to give them a really good push. It'll be a very interesting early season battle between those two teams. Now, rankings, I suppose. Fishers is right there with them. I think it's going to give them a really good push. It'll be a very interesting early season battle between those two teams. Now, for those of you who are new to cross country here in Indiana, the Fishers Tigers and Carmel Greyhounds, they do have a good rivalry in cross country, and typically in the past years they would play out that rivalry at the sectional, at the regional, at the semi-state, and at the state meet, all the way through the IHSA postseason. This year there's been a bit of a realignment in Indiana, and so the Fishers Tigers actually don't wind up here in the Noblesville sectional. They actually will wind up in the Pendleton Heights sectional. And the Pendleton Heights sectional feeds up to the New Haven semi-state. So we will actually not see that many Carmel and Fishers matchups this year until the state meet. I'd have to kind of scour through each of their team's schedules, but it is possible that they do not see each other again until the state meet. As Carmel, I'm pretty sure, heads to Indiana Wesleyan this weekend, and Fishers will head to the Terre Haute State preview. And then the following weekend, Carmel heads to the Brown County invite, and Fishers, I believe, travels out of state for a week. And so Carmel Greyhounds will be attending the Riverview Health cross country invite on September 15th. But typically the Fishers Tigers don't run their top squad there, even though they do have a team that runs there. So, and with Carmel being in the MIC and Fishers being in the HCC, this may be the only time we see this matchup until the state finals. So we got a treat in store for us here tonight. Obviously, we've also got to take a look at the fine pack running team of the Southeastern Royals, the very young Noblesville Millers, and the Shamrocks from Westfield, also a very young team. In the individual race that we're going to be watching tonight, we've got some great things to look at too. Could be a very close race up front. Certainly, Garrett Catholic's Quinn Gallagher is one of the runners to watch up front. He's really had an amazing career so far as a runner. Very, very consistent top runner in races. Maybe this is his chance to win his first county championship in cross country. Other runners to keep an eye on here. Will Clark from Fishers, young runner who's become one of the top sophomores in the state of Indiana. Ethan Meyer, his teammate, could be up there. Ben Myers from Carmel, Calvin Bates from Carmel. Really, the last couple of years, Gabe Fendel has been sort of, I don't want to say a foregone conclusion to win the county meet. I mean, certainly he was sort of one of the favorites to win, but you can never say a foregone conclusion, I suppose. But he was definitely one of the favorites to win. But with him graduated, and then, before him, we had, Carmel's Ben Veach, who kind of dominated the county. We've kind of had, a heavy favorite, I guess we'll say, for the Hamilton County meet for a number of years. It's kind of an exciting year in that, there are a number of guys out here who maybe are in this race saying to themselves, hey, I got a chance to win this thing. So that could make for some excitement. So again, that could be something that we haven't really seen much of in the last half decade. Is sort of a very close Hamilton County race for individuals. So it looks like the boys teams on the starting line have taken their last runouts. We're just kind of getting through our final girls finishers here. The boys teams are waiting at the starting line for the 2018 Hamilton County Championships. We are coming to you live from Hamilton County Television, HamiltonCountyTelevision.com. Visit there as often as you can, providing this excellent coverage for you, Hamilton County TV, along with IndianaRunner.com. It's a website that covers all things high school cross country here in Indiana, rankings and meet previews and great message boards. So you can find your way to IndianaRunner.com and HamiltonCountyTelevision.com if you're a fan of cross country like we know you are. So we are moments away from the start of the boys 2018 Hamilton Cross Country Championship race. Teams look like, again, they've completed their final runouts, and we just are waiting for John Yantis, our official, to get the gun going here in this race. Again, the storylines to look for in this race. Can the number 2 Greyhound sort of hold off the number 3 Fisher's Tigers? Those are our rankings right now in the IndianaRunner.com.
I want to be surprised if somebody...
How will the young Noblesville Millers and Westfield Shamrocks stack up against the pack running of the Hamilton Southeastern Royals? Can Quinn Gallagher, fine runner from Guerin Catholic, take home a county individual championship? Will he be pushed? How hard will he be pushed? Can we see any guys crack under the 16-minute mark here? Normally the Noblesville course here is a relatively fast course. As we've talked about all night, we've got heat indexes in the 90s. It is, a little bit cooler out right now, but it's still quite warm. Runners getting final instructions from starter John Yantis as he's now heading out to his starting spot. The excitement's starting to build. We got a great crowd out here tonight for the Hamilton County Championships. We're at White River Elementary School in Noblesville, Indiana. Steamy Noblesville, Indiana today. One of the finest cross-country courses in Indiana. Coach Dennis Shealy at Noblesville and Coach Kent Graham do a great job of maintaining this course. It seems like every year it's a little bit better. They take care of it so well. John Yantis now out in the middle of the field. We're just waiting for the gun to go off now for the 2018 Hamilton County Championships. All those storylines to follow, and we're going to be bringing you as much of that coverage as we possibly can. Our girls race, like we mentioned before, is now in the books. Carmel Greyhounds with 32 points are your Hamilton County champions. The Noblesville Millers were second. Okay, Mr. Yantis in the middle of the field. The gun is now up, so we're about ready to start the Hamilton County Championships for Boys 2018. And they're off. Here we go. As we've been talking about, this may be our only chance to see this Carmel and Fisher's matchup before the state finals. But I'm really interested. I mean, it's kind of like we've got two different races going on here with Fishers and Carmel maybe competing to see who will win the team championship. While it's certainly possible that one of the other teams would win, that would be a pretty big upset. But it is going to be super interesting to see how the schools from Southeastern and Noblesville and Westfield stack up against each other here tonight. Again, remember, it is only August, and, I would say all of these teams that we just mentioned that are ranked in the top 25 on our IndianaRunner.com poll, all of them have state meet aspirations. All of them are hoping, I would guess in many cases, if not all of them, planning to be able to run at the state finals come late October. So, this is just a chance to see where you stack up in this early season. Some schools take this, a little bit more seriously than this meet, a little more seriously than others. But ultimately, everybody's here to race tonight. Let's put it that way. Even though some teams may have a little bit more of an end of the year focus, there's a great amount of pride in winning the Hamilton County meet. It's a meet that has a lot of tradition. It goes back decades and decades, and Carmel has pretty much dominated team-wise over the years. I believe that Fishers has snuck out a county championship, I believe, in 2007. And the Carmel girls have pretty much dominated on the girls' side. I think the Westfield girls won, I think we did in 04 and 06 and 07, but otherwise it's pretty much Carmel. And we're going back, like I said, decades and decades on this meet. And this county has always been outstanding in cross-country boys and girls. So the fact that Carmel's been able to dominate really says a lot about their programs, because that's not an easy feat to accomplish here in Hamilton County. We're 2 minutes and 20 seconds now into this boys 2018 Hamilton County Championship. Again, we're being brought to you by HamiltonCountyTelevision.com. Visit their website as often as you can. This race will probably be archived, not probably, it will be archived on their website. So if you want to go back and watch it again, that would be great. We will also be having some meets on HamiltonCountyTelevision.com later in the season as well. We do plan at this point to have the Noblesville, the IHSA Noblesville Sectional and the IHSA Noblesville Regional on HamiltonCountyTelevision.com, and then we will also have that link for you on IndianaRunner.com. So please go to IndianaRunner.com, check out weekly rankings for high school cross country, both statewide and broken down into each semi-state. We do little articles about meets of the week, and we have a great message board that will have results from cross-country meets from around the entire state of Indiana. We're 3:20 now into the race. We should be seeing our first boys leader or lead pack coming through here pretty soon, coming up toward the mile marker of this boys race here. Expect the boys leaders to be coming through the mile somewhere near 5 minutes, probably, I'm guessing, a click or two under. And I think you're going to be able to catch a glimpse early on of just how close the battle is going to be between Carmel and Fishers. Fishers are a team that usually likes to get out and get after it in that first mile, so I don't think they're going to let the race get away from them in these first 4 or 5 minutes. So I would expect it to be a very, very tight race at that mile marker, probably, in fact, with other teams in the mix as well. Be also interested to see if the heat has kept teams from going out super, super, super fast. The cloud cover has kind of taken over a little bit. Now I'm seeing, that giant pack coming through. It does not look like we have any runner that has kind of squirted out into the lead. Looks like we've got a really, really big pack of runners. I would bet there's less than 5 seconds between first and 20th place. We'll be seeing them come through at 4 minutes and 30 seconds right now. It'll be probably pretty hard to differentiate a whole lot as they're coming through. I think we know Fishers will probably be wearing red and Carmel will be wearing blue or gold. Let's say we have a Fishers runner just in the lead pack there. Let's say we had a nice Carmel pack, about 3 or 4 runners. But yeah, like we said, it's just a giant line right now with really no gap at all through the first 20, 25 runners in the race, it looks like. We're at 4:59. We're at 5 minutes right now, so it looks like they're going to go through the mile marker right at 5 minutes. They got about 100 meters before they're going to head in the woods. It does look like a Fishers runner is trying to open up a little bit. In fact, Fishers is running 1-2 right now. They're running 1-2 as they head into the woods. Carmel pack is right on them, and I'm going to say a pack of at least 4 or 5 guys. So Carmel out well. The top 2 from Fishers out well. I see other Fishers runners there in the top 15 in the race, but really difficult to differentiate who's who at this point and who's winning the race. But it is interesting to note that Fishers was running 1-2 as they head into the woods about 1,700 meters into the race. We talked about in the girls' race after that they head into the woods. They run 2 loops in the woods, that same woods loop, and that loop is about 1 kilometer long. So, do they look back this way? That is a 2 laps that they'll do on that 1K loop, and much like we said in the girls' race, this is kind of the territory, the spot in the race where things start to break up a little bit. I mean, I would be very surprised if you see that entire top 20 or 25 bunched as closely as they were when they come around, even this first time in the woods loop, but certainly not probably the second time they come through in the woods loop. So the storylines that we're playing out, the storylines we talked about before the race are playing out a little bit here with, if somehow Fishers could sneak out a first and second place in this race, and again, believe me, there's a long, long way to go. That was certainly anything but a lock. But if they were able to do that, that would put a lot of pressure on that Carmel pack to stay together. So Fishers kind of doing their thing. They like to get out and be aggressive early, and they're doing that right now. At least they were at their front 2. Carmel pack right behind them. So we are now nearing the 7 minute and 15 marker in the race. Runners should be coming around. We should be seeing them soon. Like we said earlier, we do have a great crowd out here, especially considering the conditions. The Hamilton County Girls Championship race, now history. The Carmel Greyhounds with 32 points won that race. Phoebe Bates, the top runner from Carmel, ran 18:12, a fantastic time out here in these conditions. She was the winner of that race. The Noblesville Millers were second. Hamilton Southeastern Royals were third. HamiltonCountyTelevision.com and IndianaRunner.com are bringing you the county championships. Here we see our top runners coming through right now. We have Fishers still 1-2, it looks like, in the race. Carmel has, it looks like, the next 4 runners in the race, if I'm seeing correctly. Although it's very difficult to see through the spectator crowd there as they crowd along that woods loop here at White River Elementary School. The runners are going to be heading back into the woods for a second 1K woods loop, but it did look like Fishers was running 1-2, and now that I'm looking at it, it looked like it may have been a Noblesville jersey that was in that top 5. There's a lot of gold, and so I should not assume that it was all Carmel. It could have been a Noblesville runner up there as well. Noblesville has some fine runners, and Travis Hickner and Justin Ambergy, either one of those guys could be up towards the front of this race. So we are just about 9 minutes into the Hamilton County Championship race for the boys varsity race. Most of the boys runners have kind of looped through the woods loop once. They will do it a second time before they head back north on the course. So at about 9 minutes and 15 seconds into the race, the lead runners should be getting to the 2-mile marker, the 3,200, the 2-mile marker here, probably in the next minute or so. If you are following us online and you want to see the girls' results, you can go to onlineraceresults.com. The official results are now up on that website. As I said, the boys' race is probably nearing the 3,200 meter marker. We do not have that corner of the course with a camera because it's behind in the back of a woods loop. But I imagine the top boys runners will be coming up and down that hill and around the bend here in just a moment. So again, the last we saw the runners, it looked like from our vantage point, and we are sort of far away from the course here, it looked like from our vantage point that maybe the Fishers Tigers had the top 2 runners in the field, although the pack behind them was right on their tail. So certainly they had not broken away or pulled away by any stretch. So again, we're now at 10 minutes and 20 seconds into the race. We should soon be seeing the lead runners in this race, the boys Hamilton County Varsity Championships. There's likely to be some lapping in through here, so it could be a little bit confusing for us until the runners head back north on the course, but they'll be doing that momentarily. Again, we're going to be watching the team race very closely. If Fishers does have those top 2 guys in the race at that point, they're certainly putting the pressure on through 2 runners on the Carmel Greyhounds, the number 2 ranked Carmel Greyhounds. Fishers is ranked number 3 in the state on our IndianaRunner.com poll. It looked like perhaps there was a Noblesville runner somewhere in the top 5 as well. But now is when we're going to start to see the race break up a little bit as we're hearing the spectators getting a little bit louder, as it looks like maybe a Fishers runner has opened up a slight gap. Yep, a Carmel runner in second. Hard to tell in third. Looks like we have 2 more Fishers runners in the top 10. It looks like this team race is what we were hoping for, folks. It looks like it's going to be a close one. They're about, I'd say 100 meters, not even, from making that left-hand turn to head back north on this course. That puts them at about the 1,300 meter to go point, to about a little more than 3/4 of a mile to go. So we're talking about roughly 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes left in the race. And actually, we lost track of it, but it looks like that's Quinn Gallagher that has opened up a lead. He is flying. I did not say Quinn at any point in that pack. That was probably just bad announcing. But Quinn has really put the hammer down on that second woods loop, and he has taken a commanding lead. Plus, I missed somebody in front of him. Fisher's running in second, Carmel running in third, Carmel running in fourth, Fisher's running in fifth. Looks like there's a pretty sizable gap back to 6, which is a Carmel runner. 7th is Southeastern, 8 is a Fisher's runner, maybe 9 is a Fisher's runner. 10 and 11 look like Carmel and Southeastern. Southeastern and 12. A couple more Carmel runners and then Fishers. So it is looking like right now it is Carmel and Fishers battling it up front for those top 2 spots, with Southeastern looking like they are in 3rd right now. Now, some of these jerseys may look similar. I've lost track of some Noblesville jerseys in there, and I'm sure they were in there somewhere. We are at 12 minutes and 50 seconds into this race. We should be getting our winner of the Hamilton County race coming through in about 3 minutes. And if this holds up, it will be Garin Catholic's Quinn Gallagher, who has been amazing in the second Woods lap. Clearly part of the plan here today. Opened up that race when, unless I missed him coming through, was just kind of in the lead pack somewhere. And then by the time they got to, let's say about 3,600 meters into the race, 3,600 meters into the race, Gallagher had broken it open already. That means that second Woods loop, he just jetted away from the field in dominating fashion. And he had opened up a very sizable lead over Fisher's runner in second place. So we should see our winner of this race coming through in just about 2.5 minutes. Expect that to be the purple and gold for the Garin Catholic Golden Eagles and Quinn Gallagher. Looked like a Fisher's runner was in second. And then I do think that the team race, it looks close. I would say Carmel definitely has the edge. At least they did coming up right before the 4K marker. But a lot can happen in the last kilometer here with how closely everybody is bunched up. Southeastern's pack looks strong. So they are looking like they're having a fine performance here. Maybe have the sort of the lead track, so to speak, on that 3rd place team finish. We're at 14 minutes and 15 seconds. We should see the lead runner coming through on our camera angle here in just a moment. You can see our different camera angles. One on the finish line clock there. That time is not the official time, although it's going to be awfully close, of course. The upper right-hand corner, you're going to see on our screen that about 200 meters to go spot, where you're going to see that first runner pop through here just any moment now. And we've also got a camera angle on the actual finish line on those finishing blue mats, where we'll get an official time from our timing group, onlineraceresults.com, as soon as we possibly can. We're coming up on 14 minutes and 50 seconds into the race. We should see Quinn Gallagher, if things hold as they were about 2 minutes ago. We should see Quinn coming through, purple and gold from Garin Catholic, trying to lay claim to his first Hamilton County cross-country individual championship. He's had a fine career, and this would be a great feather in his cap to pull out a win here. It looked like he had a distinct plan of doing that in the middle of this race, and particularly lap 2 of the Woods Loops here out at White River Elementary Cross Country Course. Here it's steamy Noblesville 2018 Hamilton County Championships, being brought to you by HamiltonCountyTelevision.com and IndianaRunner.com, or 15 minutes and 35 seconds. Here you see Quinn Gallagher coming through, hopping. He's got about 150 to 200 meters to go. It's going to be right on that 16-minute marker. It's going to be a little tough to break that unless he has a big finish here, but certainly anything is possible. 15:50 right now. Gallagher, no reason for a big finish. He has a sizable lead. You can see second and third place coming into view now. It looks like a Fisher's runner and a Carmel runner are going to battle it down to the line, as Quinn Gallagher is your Hamilton County cross-country champion, about 16:05. 2018 Hamilton County champion, giving that coveted 1 point to the Garin Catholic Golden Eagles. Second place is going to be Fisher's. Third place is going to be Carmel. So the battle is on between our second and third-ranked teams in the state, with Fisher's taking a slight edge. There's Carmel's second runner in third. That's Noblesville's top runner in fourth. We said we may have missed one of them, and we did. So they're going in fourth. Fisher's second runner in fifth. Southeastern in sixth. So it's still a great battle up front for the teams. Seventh place Carmel. We got Southeastern second runner in eighth. Ninth is Carmel. That's their third. That's Carmel's fourth. That's Fisher's third. Carmel completes their scoring and looks like the likely Hamilton County team champion, although Fisher's is right on their tail, especially if the next one or two runners in is from Fisher's. It's Noblesville, Fisher's, Carmel, Garin, Carmel, Westfield, Southeastern really really running well here tonight. Southeastern is clearly going to be our third place finishing team. It's going to be Carmel and Fishers.